Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit and I am Lord of the Arena. 2-1 so far on the Warrior deck. Not bad considering I was half asleep. Let's see if we play better now. Probably not, knowing my luck. Going back and looking at my draft again, I'm thinking I'm a little bit silly for taking 4 Arcanite Reapers instead of 3 Arcanite Reapers in the Gore Howl right there, but... I don't know, when I play Arena, I really like to take loads of the same card because I can't do it in normal modes and it just feels right. And it's the wrong way to play. I shouldn't be doing it, but hey. Alright, this is not a great start. We don't really have any cards to play here, so I'm going to toss those. There we go, that's a little bit better. Of course, we were talking about that big Bloodsail Raider combo, which can work, but against a mage that has a lot of direct removal, almost all of which is good enough to knock out a Bloodsail Raider, it might not be the best idea. So we may play that a little bit earlier than usual. Might get lucky, we might get the War Axe out. Nope, not at all. Alright, let's rock and roll, shall we? I still don't like the Warrior. Honestly, it's not a class that I like too much. I think it's maybe a class that needs to be enhanced. It needs more weapons that have different functions. Right now, the problem I've got with the Warrior is that it's got, I think, 4... Well, it's technically got 5 weapons. 2 of which you can get from creatures, right? I think one's a creature, one's from the upgrade card. Both of those suck, yeah? And then you look at the Fiery War Axe, the Arcanite Reaper, and the Gore Howl. Of all of those weapons, only the Gore Howl has a special effect, which seems very... Oh, well, this is going to get awkward very fast, isn't it? Which seems very strange, honestly. Really odd. Alright, well, we can trade, and we can throw out the Bloodsail Raider. No real point in throwing out the Raid Leader, because we're going to lose this. I'm thinking if he would have any removal on 3 cost. Not really. The mage generally doesn't have that. I mean, you could Frostbolt, but if you're going to burn a Frostbolt on a 2-cost taunt, that's fine. I think we'll probably play the Bloodsail Raider just in case he does have that instead of playing the Raid Leader. And then next turn, maybe we can Inner Rage it. I'm not even going to trade, I'm just going to let him hit me. Again, if he wants to use a Frostbolt on a 2-cost Frostwolf Grunt, that's fine by me. He's just going to Arcane Intellect. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a standoff for a while. That's actually fine, because that means that the Bloodsail Raider will kill the Frostwolf Grunt without dying, which is a great trade for me. And Chillwind Yeti comes out. Awesome. I like that. That's not too bad. Alternatively, we can play the Raid Leader. I'm thinking Chillwind Yeti, though. A little bit of early pressure. You can also combo that nicely with Inner Rage. Doesn't really care about the damage, so we'll play that. Okay, cool. And then we do that. I mean, if he wants to remove that next turn, he can, but he'd have to spend 2 of his 4 mana to do it, right? So that makes a certain degree of sense because it limits his potential options. Alright, he had a big Twilight. Oh, God. Right. We could Brawl. That's a possibility. That's a bit of an RNG play, though. Can we kill it? Not really. If we play a Raid Leader and an Inner Rage, we might be able to get a good trade. So, let's see what we got. I hate plays like that. But there's nothing all you can do. So, Raid Leader takes it up to that. That would be, what, 3, 6... Yeah, I could do 6 damage with that, and I'd have to lose my entire thing. I could do 2 and then risk a Brawl. Or just do a Brawl right now, because that's a 75% chance that the Twilight Drake dies. Okay, so let's do all of our damage first. I should have probably Inner Rage there as well, because I was probably going to lose that anyway. And then we Brawl. And let's hope that the Twilight Drake is the one that dies. If it's not, we're in serious trouble. That could not have gone better. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping to happen. So that's fine, I can use the Inner Rage later. I was thinking of Inner Raging because I was going to lose the Yeti anyway just to get maximum damage, but I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm kind of surprised he's not Fire Blasting his Acolyte of Pain, because that's going to give him card draw, but he does have 8 in his hand, so maybe that's unnecessary here. So we can get rid of that very clearly without too much of a problem. We also have the Arcanite Reaper, which would probably be a better way to get rid of it. Other options include playing the Tiger. Not a bad option. You know, can't target it. That's a lot of damage that he wouldn't otherwise have, so... Yeah, let's play the Tiger. Let's do that. That seems pretty reasonable. Then we can use the Yeti to get rid of the Acolyte of Pain, or we can attempt to play more of a rushdown style here. Because one way or the other, that Acolyte of Pain isn't going to do much as long as I don't hit it. So, yeah, maybe we do that. I mean, if he's got a Fireball, he's getting rid of this Chillwind Yeti anyway, right? So, you know. I'm not going to take it down to... Actually, I can take it down to that. I was thinking of enraging it, but no. No need. We're well ahead right now in my estimation, but he does have a big card advantage, so we'll see what comes out of him. He's down to about half health. He's probably got a card to remove this. He won't have to remove this. Okay, he's going to poly it. Right, fine. And then he's probably going to attack it with the Acolyte of Pain for card draw. Nice. Plays a taunt creature. Good way to shut that down. Very nice. We do have an Arcanite Reaper. In fact, we have 2 of them. Raid Leader won't help us right now. We could play a Sea Giant, since he's just used his big removal there. Or we could just wait till next turn. But that does give him the opportunity, perhaps, to get something else out that could remove that Sea Giant. Or we can use the Arcanite Reaper to get through here. Let's play the Sea Giant on the basis that he did just use some removal and hope that he doesn't have any more of it. To be fair, though, he probably does. Let's see if he's got a second poly. He hasn't got... There's nothing that powerful enough that he would be able to play to get rid of that. He'd have to combo some cards together. Alright, so he's going to do that. Fire Blast and then attack with the Acolyte of Pain, I suppose, for card draw. Yeah. Alright. Not great. Like, kind of an equal mana trade from me, but not amazing. I probably should have gone for the Arcanite Reaper play just to open things up a bit. Alright, we can actually kill this without having to ram our Stranglethorn Tiger into it, or without having to use the Arcanite Reaper, which is not too bad. So, when I do that, we're then going to Inner Rage just to get rid of him. That leaves us with 7 mana remaining. We can play an Arcanite Reaper and just start swinging, and that might not be the worst idea. We've got 2 Arcanite Reapers. Start doing some heavy damage. He doesn't have anything on the field right now, and I've got a lot of health, so I can use that against him. So let's start taking swings. There we go. He's now down to 6. Cool. So he's in a decent amount of trouble right now. Let's see what it can play. Obviously, he's got enough mana for a Flame Strike, which wouldn't actually do the job. He'd need to, say, Fireball. Oh, he's Arcane Intellect into the point where he can't even get enough cards in his hand. He is desperate. That's strange that he would do that. Considering, like, with that many cards, you'd think he would have a way to outplay me here, but apparently he doesn't. He is in serious trouble. He is most likely dead next turn unless he can think a way out of this. If he had removal, Polymorph, Fireball, he would have used it on the Tiger. Coin. Coin's up to 6. What's he going to do with that? That was one of his cards, incidentally. He probably should have burned the coin earlier to make sure he got that Ogre Magi, but I don't know if that would have even helped him. Water Elemental. That's not going to help him. Yeah, he's toast. He's got nothing. Sweet. That was really one-sided. Pretty happy with how that went. I gotta say, Arcanite Reapers just give you that surprising amount of burst damage. Just being able to throw out 5 when your opponent doesn't think that you can do that is suddenly a big surprise to them. And they're like, oh god, suddenly I'm getting hit much harder than I expected. I have less time than I thought I did. And in a situation like that, it's so strange that he didn't have the cards he needed to deal with it. So actually, playing that Sea Giant earlier was the best play. Because if I hadn't played it, chances are he would have been able to utilize his Polymorph to deal with that Tiger once it revealed itself. That would have sucked. Alright, play another Mage. Alright. And then he may have been able to get a couple more turns together to play the other stuff. Alright, this is an interesting little selection. Not a bad one, either. We could turn 1 Bloodsail if we like. But I'd prefer to turn 2 Warsong Commander, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep that for the time being. I know, they're all pretty good. I don't want to play anything that has 1 health for obvious reasons, because we are playing against a mage here. Which is why we're not going to play the Sylvan Archer right now. Because he's just instantly going to kill it. I would rather play... Let's see, do I want to play Direwolf or Bloodsail? Bloodsail's pretty good, even without the attack. It's still a 2-3, which is like the same as a River Crocolisk, so it's still a pretty good card. I'd always say that's better than that, unless you have a Hunter deck. Direwolf Alpha's a little bit too weak for my liking. Not that he really has the opportunity to kill it. It's very unlikely. He wouldn't have the mana for it, so maybe we do play that Alpha. No, don't play the Alpha yet. Makes no sense to play the Alpha yet. Playing the Alpha next turn means that I can hit for 3 instead of 2. Playing it this turn just makes it a big target. He wouldn't have the mana to remove it, but he could force an unpleasant trade that I didn't like. Speaking of unpleasant trades that I don't like, that Bloodfen Raptor's there, which is a little annoying because we may have to trade out the Bloodsail Raider immediately for it. We don't have any way of getting rid of it otherwise. That kind of sucks. But it is what it is. So we could put the Direwolf Alpha out, or we could just armor up. I think we put out the Alpha. Yeah. I mean, he could Frostbolt it, but... Let's see one if he has one. I mean, he's got 5 cards. Or one, what's the chances one un's a Frostbolt? Limited. Let's see what he's got. Of course, the other alternative is that he's got to charge like a Bluegill Warrior. I have the Tauren Warrior next turn to keep this thing alive. Alright, he's playing a Taunt. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Battle Rage, not useful right now. We could play our own Taunt. Admittedly, that will mean that the Ironfoe... The problem with the Ironfoe Grizzly is it's a 3-3. The Enrage effect isn't there, so... That's a bit of a pain in the arse. Alternatively, I play the Elven Archer and trade out the Direwolf Alpha for it. I could play the Warsong Commander, but that doesn't help me in any way. The Emperor Cobra is not a good play here either. I think maybe we just have to trade that Alpha out. As much as I don't like to do it. Playing the Tauren Warrior doesn't make a huge degree of sense. Alright, let's do it that way. I don't particularly like that I'm having to do this, but... It's like... It is still just a 2-cost creature. I know it buffs things, but it's still a 2-cost creature. Better than losing the Tauren Warrior and potentially something else to it. So that goes out there, which is fine. We're expecting that. Unfortunately, it does mean he's probably going to be able to make a pint-sized summon to play, because I don't have a way of dealing with that. I can't kill it. That's going to be pretty bad. So I think in anticipation for that, we'll probably have to play a Tauren Warrior. Alright, so he could bring out a big nasty here. Something with 7 cost. I do have this Emperor Cobra. I probably should have played the Emperor Cobra. Because that would have mean I could respond to what he's got. And I don't have 6 mana yet, so I can't play Warsong Commander into Emperor Cobra. Yeah, I may have made an error there. The other way would be that I could respond with the Stranglethorn Tiger for a big trade. Let's see what he's got. He's going to cast on that? What's he going to do? Frostbolt it? Interesting. Well, he pulled something out of his hand. He was clearly considering it, so I know that he's got some kind of spell that could remove that warrior. So he's either got a Frostbolt, a Polymorph, or a Fireball in his hand. That's useful information to know. Let's see what else he's got. That's probably a creature. You're going to have to make your mind up. What's he going to do? Kirin Mage into a secret, maybe? You going to trade that? That's quite surprising. I guess he didn't have any big cards that would have been useful there. Well, I mean, he knew I was going to kill it next turn anyway, so... Alright. Not too upset about that, but he does now have 2 pretty powerful creatures on the field, and I don't actually have a way of dealing with them right now. So we're probably... Yeah, we're going to take some punishment here. And there's no way for me to really avoid that. Yeah. Nothing I can do. So, let's play the Tiger. We're going to have to take some punishment for a little while. Until I can get control of this board back. This Execute is of no help right now. Taunt. Right in the way. This is going to get pretty bad. He's got a lot of output here. Raid Leader is not going to help me here. I do have this charge play, though. Something to bear in mind. I've got Warsong Commander Emperor Cobra. I've also got Warsong Commander Raid Leader. Which doesn't really help in this situation. Warsong Commander Emperor Cobra would instantly kill that Booty Bay Bodyguard. At which point I could then use the Stranglethorn Tiger to kill the Dark Iron Dwarf. It's not the worst idea ever. I'm just afraid of losing too many cards here, but I can't let him beat on me for another turn. That's not going to be an option. Okay, so we now have the Charging Emperor Cobra, which we then trade for the Booty Bay Bodyguard, which I feel is a good trade. And then we trade the Stranglethorn Tiger for the Dark Iron Dwarf, which of course keeps the Tiger alive. He's going to be able to Fire Blast it next turn. We can't just wait it out. Or can we just wait it out? What if I did wait it out? Well, this Warsong Commander dies. That's a certainty. But at least he takes some damage in the process, and then I can just execute him. Okay. This is the problem against playing against mages, right? They have a guaranteed way of removing anything from the board that has 1 health. So he's probably going to Fire Blast the Stranglethorn Tiger. He'll then attack the Warsong Commander with the Kirin Tor Mage. Next turn, I will then execute the Kirin Tor Mage, which kind of resets the board. Unfortunately, leaving him with a card advantage. Not ideal. I haven't got any weapons yet. Once I do things, I think are going to start to go in my favor. But if I keep taking too much direct damage, then that might not happen. So... I also really need a big Battle Rage. He's fireballing me directly. That's an interesting choice. I don't necessarily agree with that. Okay, Brawler's not going to help at all. So, I think we execute and just Raid Leader at this point. It's probably the best way. I don't want to burn a Battle Rage on one creature. Doesn't seem like the best way. Let's get some health out there. There we go. Alright. Let's see what he's got. So he burned a fairly powerful removal tool, so I'm hoping to pull out some of my bigger creatures like my Yetis or my Giants. Something like that. I'm getting to the point where I could just play a Sea Giant straight up, so... Bold-Fist Ogre. Alright. We could go the 50-50 on the Brawl here. Oh, let's see what comes out next turn. Ah. Irritating Owl of Doom. Arcanite Reaper comes out. Cool. We could... I mean, we can do the job with that. Brawl is not a bad call here. Because it's only a 33% chance that that Boulder-Fist Ogre actually survives. We might leave the Owl alive, but that's not the biggest threat right now. So I'm considering brawling. It's not bad odds. I'd take that. 67% chance, I'd definitely take that. Arcanite Reaper's the other option, but it does mean I trade that, and I take 6 direct damage to get rid of it. So, let's brawl. Ah, I should have attacked first. I'm an idiot. And once again, I win the brawl. So I guess I didn't have to attack first. That was a misplay by me, by the way. Just want to point that out. I got lucky. I really did. There was a 33% chance of that outcome, but... yeah. I should have attacked first with the Raid Leader, because that would have given me the most use out of that creature before potentially sacrificing it. So, just... I just need to keep... I need to remember... the kind of order of things that you do it. There's an order of priorities. There's procedural stuff that you have to think about in card games. Wow, he's frostbolting a silenced Raid Leader. Okay, that's kind of surprising. He's running out of options. That's good. That's good news for me. I still have plenty of options in my deck. Arcanite Reapers coming out right now. Time to get swinging. Right out of the gate. 20 potential damage sitting in my hand right now. You want to Fire Blast me? Fine by me. You want to bring out creatures? Fine by me. You're going to hit him with an Arcanite Reaper, and I got a 5 armor stack, so by all means. I f***ing hate you so very much right now. Ah. You had to have a bloody Swampoos, didn't you? Okay, well, instead of bringing out another Arcanite Reaper here, I think maybe we play the Sunwalker. It's not a terrible idea. Maybe we do bring out another Arcanite Reaper. Do we just try and go for a direct damage play here? Maybe we do. There's no point in bringing out the Taunt creature this turn, I don't think. Yeah. We're going for a direct damage play. We're going to just try and out-DPS this guy for the time being. Play another Arcanite Reaper. We've got a Sunwalker available. I want to play this when there's a big threat that comes out. I don't want to play it right now, because he can ping off that shield very easily. He's getting card draw, and I'm not. I'm not liking this. This Battle Rage isn't helpful either. Play it when it'll matter more. Use big removal, and I think things will go better for me. Ancient Mage coming out. Not a good play. Doesn't affect that, as you can see. It's going to hit me with it, but hey. I can do a safe removal on that guy, but it doesn't matter, because it's a battle cry, so I don't care. Now we got Bloodsail Raider. This is the play right here. Let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Sunwalker into Bloodsail Raider. Into lol, into Armor Up. Let's kill stuff that could potentially kill that Bloodsail Raider. Of course, if he's got direct removal in his hand, then that's a non-factor, but let's kill stuff. Alternatively, we could take the risk. If we take one more swing at him, that takes him down to 13. 7. Not enough. Play a bit more patiently. Get rid of that. You might think getting rid of the spell power is a good idea, but as it stands, probably not. He's got a cone of cold. Okay, so he's freezing me down. Alright. That didn't kill me. No, you can't do that. But it doesn't matter. He's going to fire blast it anyway, so... Actually, in that circumstance, it was unfortunate because I thought whatever removal he had, it wouldn't have mattered. But it does. That one spell power actually helped him out a lot. Iceland's coming in. Oh, ouch. Wow. Yeah, I thought killing the Ancient Mage was the right idea. It was not. That suddenly put me behind. Thankfully, we got another Arcanine Reaper, ladies and gents. Yes, we do. Alright. This time, just getting rid of that immediately. There we go. I don't want you having any creatures. Okay, I've got 14 cards on my deck, so I've got options. He's slightly ahead right now. I can turn that around next turn, depending on what he plays. Oh, Reckless Rocketeer is going right in me. That's a nasty card to play against anyone that uses weapons. I'm in serious trouble now. He just froze me as well. I'm probably dead now. Inner Rage is not going to do the job. I'm just going to have to armor up and hope for the best. I just got frozen in place, so... yeah. I can't kill it. Yep, I think that just turned around on me in a nanosecond, and I got murdered. Unless I can get rid of these guys next turn, I'm dead. Let's see what the last card is. No, that's not what I was looking for. That is most assuredly a GG. There's no play out of this. Well, there is. It's a stupid play, but there is a play. Inner Rage. Battle Rage. For card draw. Another Battle Rage for card draw. Direwolf Grunt is not going to be enough. I'm dead regardless. GG. Well, that turned around on me really quick. That Ooze was a clutch play. If I'd kept that Arcanite Reaper out, that would have been a way bigger threat to him, but no. That didn't go well. I don't know if I played it well either. I think I should have removed that Ooze. The Ooze actually killed me, legitimately. I kid you not. I didn't think that it did, but... I thought, hey, the stuff that he's got in his hand won't do the job, but I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Alright, I think we just toss the Brawl here. Keep these two. Definitely not the best spacing, but hey. Alright, in this situation we do get the Elven Archer out first, I think. Yeah. Do that direct damage. Just start to put a threat out on the board. He doesn't have a way of immediately removing it, so it's a fairly safe play. I still prefer keeping it to snipe off a 2-1, but... Oh, he's equipping a weapon. Alright. Fair enough. Pretty early weapon. Coin into... what, a creature? Argent Squire. Ooh, nasty. Alright. I can Frostwolf Grunt here, but he will be able to immediately remove it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold on for the Tauren Warrior instead. Otherwise, he just hits that with the Divine Shield, then hits it with the axe. And he takes barely any damage from that, so it's worthless. Oh yeah, he's probably got weapons in his hand, so he can afford to do that, but... So he has kind of control of the board right now, but... I can patiently wait. Okay. Inner Rage, not what I was looking for here. Not yet, anyway. So, I think we play the Tauren Warrior, because he doesn't have the damage output he needs to break through that. So, that's alright. Alternatively, I can just make him waste his weapon here. He might have a Fiery War Axe in his hand. We'll play it. Let's see what he's got. I'm tempted to Inner Rage it, but that also means it's guaranteed dead. And he may also have an Inner Rage, which means he'd be able to trade the Divine Shield and kill it with an Inner Rage instead of having to swing at it. Let's see what he's got. Raging Worgen comes out. Alright. Cool, so I made the right choice. If he triggers that, and he knows that, Thing is, I can trigger it, so it's not really a big deal. Not only that, but I have Commanding Shout if need be. Alright, so what are the options here? In a rage, instantly kills that Raging Worgen. Straight up. I could also Commanding Shout to make sure that I don't lose the Tauren Warrior as well. I think that's probably the best idea right now. It might be a little bit of a waste of Commanding Shout, but I think it's a pretty decent play to regain some board control here. The other alternative is I play the Warsong Commander so that I can hopefully get something out next turn, but that's a bit of a risk even in and of itself. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so in a rage, super strong, scary, scary. And then we go Commanding Shout and remove that Worgen. I mean, I could just hit him for 7. Yeah, I mean, I could just hit him for 7 and just play the other taunt. No, we should remove. We should remove. Definitely. I kind of dislike it, but yeah, let's remove. There we go. Well, he'll probably just do it. The thing is, if he now kills that, then I've got a 5 swing that I can take at him. But no, he's going to do that, obviously. Kor'kron Elite. I was going to go right through that. Now I wish I had that in a rage. Okay, can't play a Chillwind Yeti safely here. We might have... Hate getting the Arcanite Reaper out just for 1 damage. That's lousy. We could take the hits and wait it out. Warsong Commander is definitely not even an option here. I really don't want to hit that. I really don't. It does 4 damage. But it's going to do 4 damage again. And I can't guarantee that I'll have a way to remove it. So let's get the Reaper out. I dislike it, but it's either that or it's another 4 damage, and then I've got to hit it and hope that I actually have a creature to get rid of it. And, well, I can't rely on that. Acolyte of Pain. Mad Bomber. Sweet. And the play that he wanted didn't happen. He wanted the Bomber to hit the Acolyte of Pain for card draw. He didn't get it, so that's good. Alright, Chillwind Yeti is a bit of a better option now, but he still has that one... He's got that one heavy War Axe in his hand that I really don't like him having. However, we can remove the Mad Bomber with the Arcanite Reaper and then play the Chillwind Yeti. And we can hold on next turn for a Warsong Commander Dragonling Mechanic play, which is pretty good. So, let's do that. Chillwind Yeti. Kill off the Bomber. So that gets rid of one of our 4 Arcanite Reapers. So, that's fine. He's currently slightly ahead. But next turn I should have really good board control. So I'm pretty happy with these 2 cards I've got in my hand. He does have 4 cards of his own, though. Which does worry me a bit. I haven't got any Battle Rages yet. Frost Elemental comes out. So he's going to freeze that in place for the time being. That's fine. We've got options. There's that Battle Rage I was looking for. Okay, so Warsong Commander Dragonling Mechanic. Unfortunately, is not a good way of getting rid of that Acolyte of Pain, as much as I wish that it was. Doesn't do enough damage. Unless we want to charge both of them at it. Which means we lose the Dragonling, and we give him 2 cards, which is just not a good idea. We have that Frost Elemental as a possibility as well. Oh, this is really awkward right now. Really awkward. Because if I throw this stuff out, it all dies, pretty much. And I do a little bit of damage from there, I lose everything to efficient trades on his side of things. So I might have to wait. I might have to wait this out. I don't want to do anything here. As cool of a play as that is, it's going to end up being worse for me. Because if you think about it, he then uses his Acolyte of Pain to hit either of the targets, which gives him 1 card. He can then get a 2nd card out of it. It's not good. Now, next turn, if he happened to hit that for that, then I could do the charge play. I can then at least eliminate this guy. Many cards, left side. Now I need that Brawl. I really do. Give me the brawl. No brawl. Okay. Right, cool. I've got an execute. That means that guy is gone. And now I can make better trades. It's still kind of sucky, admittedly. But he's got a lot... He actually doesn't have that much damage output, funnily enough. I mean, first things first, I think we just execute that. I was thinking of a potential battle rage here. But... No, we can't. We couldn't have done it anyway. We didn't have the mana. We were one short. So, we'll have to wait that out. Okay, so the charge is going to do what? I can obviously cancel that for that. I can't get rid of the Acolyte of Pain. I can't get rid of the Armor Smith. I think we just have to cancel it out, honestly. I don't see any other way. At least the other guys only do 1 damage. So, the Warsong Commander has 3 health. So, that I think is the best play. Alright, so we're canceling him out right now. We can't actually cancel him out, funnily enough, because... that's actually so strange. We could charge at both of them and get rid of that. The Armor Smith's not really a high priority right now. I'm just trying to think what happens if I do that. Yeah, it's actually a straight trade. We just... kill that. Because then he'll just trade his mechanic for that. Trade his Dragonling for the mechanic. Rather than taking a double set of damage. Alternatively, he could use his Argent Squire's Divine Shield and then hit him with the Acolyte of Pain. Or, he could just use his weapon. Yeah, he's got lots of options here. He's pretty clearly still ahead. I'm kind of surprised he didn't use his Acolyte of Pain there, but he can use it here. So, it's the same effect. Now he's building up an armor stack, and I don't like that. We've got 2 damaged creatures on the field. Still 2 damaged creatures on the field. War Golem comes out. This is a real problem. Yeah, this is not going my way at all. Oh, come on, really? Well, at least we can double Battle Rage for 4 cards. It's definitely not the worst idea ever. Alright, so that at least gives me cards back. Okay. Taunt options, we do have them. War Golem, he's got one of those too, unfortunately. Gadgets on Auctioneer is... playing any high-cost thing right now is bad. We could Frostwolf Grunt into Emperor Cobra, but how long does that last? Yeah, it would last long enough. We could make that work. My calculations are correct. Because he only has those 1 damage output guys. No, he can still kill the Emperor Cobra, but it does wipe 3 creatures off the board. It still leaves that War Golem, though. 2 creatures, actually, at the best, because you could use his Heavy Axe on that, so... maybe that isn't the best idea. Alright, he's just going to ram stuff into that. That's not how I would have done it, but... we'll see how it goes. So he gets cards from that. That gets him a Cleave. Oh, that's nasty. And then he just hits that with the axe. Alright, I'm in serious trouble now. Way more so than I was previously. Does an Arcane Golem at the 10, which is always good. It's the best time to do it. He's going to be able to charge there, and I'm pretty much done with this deck, I think. Yep, that's yet another 3-3 arena run. Started out promising, but I'm pretty toast now. Yep, can't play any combos here. He's got an overwhelming amount of stuff on the board, so let's just let him kill us, I guess. So he can charge the Arcane Golem in there, and if he can do 1 damage to me, he can then go War Golem, that guy, and then if he has 1 damage in his hand, he wins. So, yeah. I'll play it out till the end. Doesn't even matter. GG. Well, that was awful. He ended up with more health than he even started with. That was a terrible play by me. That was embarrassing. Sorry, guys. I'll try again better next time. Alright, let's see what we get. What do we got? Not much. As you might imagine. Let's see what's in the pack. Just for the sake of it. Nothing much by the looks of it. Yep. I have all of those, so. DE the lot. Alright. Let's get into another one, shall we? Let's see what we got. Let's start up another deck. Alright. A new deck. Hunter, Rogue, or Warrior. I think we're going to go with a Hunter. Hunter's probably my favorite class right now, so let's give that a shot. Ah, the Angry Chicken. Yes, the famous Angry Chicken. Limited in terms of what you can do with it. There are some great plays available if you can buff its health above 1. Reliably. Good luck with that, especially with a Hunter deck. Better with a Druid deck. Not bad with a Paladin deck either. You can give it Blessing of Kings and then suddenly things go hilarious. Injured Blade Master is a bit of a weird one. He deals 4 damage to himself. If you have the ability to heal, it's pretty good. So you can get him back up to 7. It's a pretty tough and hard card to get rid of. The Demolisher is generally one of the best cards you can get around this area. Like, in this choice, it would definitely be a Demolisher, I think. It's a really good value card. Alright, cool. So let's begin. Timberwolf versus Stone Tusk Boar is not even a choice, in my opinion. Argent Squire. Timberwolf is just amazing. Especially if we're going to do a beast-centric deck. We can't necessarily rely on a beast-centric deck, but it's still a good card for what it is. Tundra Rhino, Silvermoon Guardian, or War Golem. We'll buy beasts for the time being and see what we can get. Tundra Rhino's really good. Obviously, the more beasts you've got, the better, really. Thormir Farseer, Ironforge, Rifleman, Unleash the Hounds. If we're going for a beast deck, something like Unleash the Hounds is very powerful. Let's hope we still get them. An Animal Companion, a Stranglethorn Tiger, and an Ironforge Rifleman. Almost always I'll take the Animal Companion in this scenario because Animal Companions are better than what they deserve to be for that cost, right? They're like a 4-cost creature, really. But you only have to spend 3 to get them. The problem is that it's kind of RNG as to which one you get. But we will take an Animal Companion here, absolutely. Kill Command, Raid Leader, Murloc Tidehunter. If we're going down the Beast deck, you should always take the Kill Command in this kind of scenario. Don't get me wrong, Murloc Tidehunter is great. But there's a bunch of really, really good 2-cost beasts that you can play. Raid Leader's good too, but we're going to take Kill Command, so that direct removal. Stormwind Champion, Grimscale Oracle, Freezing Trap. I don't like Freezing Trap that much. I really don't. It can be used for some hilarious plays whereby you could actually lock out a 9 or 10 cost mega creature with it, and so they can never play it again, which is pretty funny. But in this case, I think a Stormwind Champion might be the way forward. Grimscale Oracle, we don't have a Murloc deck, so probably not. Shieldbearer, Elven Archer, Novice Engineer. Okay, we currently don't have any card draw, so maybe a Novice Engineer might be the way to go. Shieldbearer's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's alright. I think we'll take a Novice Engineer here. Starving Buzzard, Mad Bomber, and Oasis Snapjaw. And Oasis Snapjaw is a little bit better because it's a beast with a Hunter deck. Aside from that, it's a 2/7 with nothing special about it. Starving Buzzard is a fantastic card, and in this scenario, we will take it because we're playing a beast deck. Speaking of beasts, Savannah Highmane is available. Argent Commander is probably the only one that I would think, yeah, it's pretty good, but beast-centric deck, absolutely. All the beasts. Alright, a Wisp, not great. Dark Iron Dwarf, a solid creature, but a Hunter's Mark. You can trade anything in the game. It's wonderful. Kill Command, Young Dragonhawk, Scarlet Crusader. A second kill command would not go amiss at this point. Young Dragonhawk is nice because it's a beast. Don't get me wrong. Good play, potentially. Throw an Unleash the Hounds out with that. You can do quite a bit, but take Kill Command. Alright. Shieldbearer, Worgen Infiltrator, and Dragonling Mechanic. Okay, well, the Worgen Infiltrator is probably the best 1-cost card in the game, at least in my opinion. It's a 2/1 stealth, which is very, very powerful. It's great against mages, particularly, because they can't eliminate it before it gets to attack, but we are lacking on the taunt side of things. Let's grab a Shieldbearer. A Deadly Shot, a Questing Adventurer, or a Raid Leader. Ah, that's a tough call. We're alright on the removal so far, I gotta say. The thing about Deadly Shot is if he plays Big Nasty Creature, then Deadly Shot will kill it. Guaranteed. It's awesome. It says random enemy minion, but of course, if there's only one on the board, it can only pick one. Questing Adventurer is a card that a lot of people really, really like. For obvious reasons, because it can snowball out of control, but it is also a bullet magnet. Raid Leader, good for the buffs, certainly, but we do have a Timberwolf for that, and we don't have a huge number of non-beasts, so I'm thinking that Deadly Shot. We've got a good amount of removal so far. I'm pretty happy with how this is going. 2 kill commands and a Deadly Shot and a Hunter's Mark. So we can neutralize creatures effectively. A second Tundra Rhino would not go amiss here. That's charge for beasts. Very, very good. Animal Companion, second one. Both of these are pretty good, but an Animal Companion I think wins out here. We do need some lower cost stuff, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. Okay, these aren't beasts, but a fairy dragon I would take most of the time. We've got a lot of 3-cost stuff already. A fairy dragon is a great bet. Can't target it with hero powers or spells. More difficult to get rid of. It's a nice card. A 3rd Tundra Rhino, probably not. A Hunter's Mark, maybe. A Dragonhawk, also kind of a maybe. We do have limited numbers of low-cost creatures. The cool thing about well, there's a lot of cool thing about Dragonhawks, actually. You can pull off some pretty sick plays with Timberwolves or with also Unleash the Hounds and things like that. So let's grab one of those. Alright, now usually in this situation, of course, we would not get a Bloodfen Raptor. But, since we need more 2-cost stuff, and since we're playing a beast deck, a Bloodfen Raptor is actually, for once, not a bad play. So, I mean, I like the Silverhand Knight a lot. I think it's really good value, but we're going to grab that. An Explosive Shot, great removal. The only thing that I would take otherwise would maybe be an Abomination. They're really good in certain situations. Explosive Shot, I think, is the play, though. We'll get that removal. A 3rd kill command, very useful. Let's grab that. I'm hoping for some hyenas, and I'm hoping for a couple more of the starving buzzards here. Okay, Magma Rager is almost universally bad. It basically dies immediately against anything that has any kind of direct removal, which is terrible. Like, obviously against a mage, Magma Rager is the worst play in the world. Not good. Frost Elemental solid, but for those early plays, Worgen Infiltrator. Excellent. A 2nd Starving Buzzard. Unfortunately, they did make me choose between that and a Houndmaster, but we'll take that Starving Buzzard. And a Scavenging Hyena follow-up. This is where we're going. This is good. I'm liking this right now. A Timberwolf. Windfury Harpy, not bad. We are definitely lacking on the heavy hitter side of things, but I'm thinking a 2nd Timberwolf. Now I think we've really filled out this bottom quite nicely. Mogashan Warden. Yes, 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 yes. We don't have anything on 4-cost, and we are not so good on the taunt, so that's a great card. Stormwind Knight, Windfury Harpy, Young Dragonhawk. We can go for another Dragonhawk. We do have a lot of beasts right now, which is fantastic. Or we could get the Windfury Harpy for the heavy hitting. We took a lot of 1-cost stuff, which is good because it synergizes very well with the Starving Buzzards and the Hyenas. So maybe we do take the Dragonhawk. Alright. Alarmabot? No. Arcane Golem? Probably not. Abomination? Yes. Alright. As much as I would like more heavy hitters, we don't really have that many options. Do we want to take another 1-cost? Looking at my 1-costs, I don't think so. I think we want to take a 2-cost at this point. Fairy Dragon is probably the one to go with. And it leaves us with Boggerall. Gadgets on Auctioneer, probably. Alright, so we are certainly lacking a little bit on the heavy hitting side of things. This is a deck that, in certain situations, is quite vulnerable to area of effect attacks. You'll notice all of these creatures down the bottom are 1s and 2s. Not so good. Easily AoE'd. But we do have some tougher stuff towards the end here. 2 Tundra Rhinos, always nice for the charge. We have 3 kill commands. We also have an Explosive Shot, and a Hunter's Mark, and a Deadly Shot. We've got a good amount of removal here. I'm liking it. I think it's pretty good. And bear in mind, of course, we can get the enemy down low. Even if we do lose our stuff, we can still steady shot them to death. So, that's an option. Let's see where it goes. Alright, gonna play against a warrior. Can't remember the last time I played Hunter versus Warrior. Alright, 2 Young Dragonhawks to open it up with. Possibility, certainly, yeah. Pretty good against Warrior as well, because it beats that armor pretty easily. So, yeah, we'll keep a hold of both. And a kill command as well. So, if he plays anything threatening, we've got options. And a Timberwolf. This is cool. This is really, really cool. Because this is the play. Young Dragonhawk followed by Timberwolf into 2nd Dragonhawk. Really good play. That means I can do 4 damage to him next turn, unless he can somehow get rid of this Dragonhawk, which he could do if he had an Inner Rage, or if he had a Elven Archer, for instance. He could get rid of that, but he can't. Cool. That's great news. So, we have a Timberwolf and a 2nd Dragonhawk available. Cool. So, we hit him for 4. And if he lets us hit him again, we hit him for 8. So, hit him for 9, in fact. If he plays anything with Taunt, we kill command it. So, this is a really good start, I think. Mad Bomber, let's see what his RNG's like. Oh, what? Nice look there. Well played, well played. Yeah. I mean, it was statistically likely that I've lost at least 1 creature there, but... Oh, that sucks. Really bad. Because my Timberwolf is dead next turn, unless I want to kill command a Mad Bomber, which I really don't. Frankly. Thing is, my Fairy Dragon is also dead next turn, because he could just throw the Mad Bomber at it. I don't like that, because it would let him get a 2-trade. I guess we kill Command the Mad Bomber, then. We do have a lot of them. I don't want to give him that level of board control. Because nothing in my hand is good. Like, if I leave him, he kills the Timberwolf with no cost. If I play the Fairy Dragon, he just trades for that directly. Alright, well, this Timberwolf is definitely dead now. There's nothing I can really do to stop that. I can get a Fairy Dragon out, though, which he cannot kill with that Silverback, so this is a better time to make this work. So, yeah, he's probably killing this Timberwolf, but at least this Fairy Dragon's going to have a better time of it. Then next turn we have Gadgets on Auctioneer or Abomination. Probably Abomination in this scenario. Depends. Depends if I keep too much stuff on the board, Abomination can actually be a liability. Oh, he's now going to buff that up, so he's going to use that to kill the Fairy Dragon, I would imagine. No? Well, it does mean that I can't directly kill that, so his play's fine regardless. Alright. Well, this isn't good. He has a taunt, and he can do enough damage to kill the Fairy Dragon. It's pretty bad. Alright, that leaves us with Abomination and Gadgets on Auctioneer. If we play the Abomination, everything's dead. Unless he has a way of getting rid of it. Because even if he wanted to smash it down, he has got to use the Shattered Sun Cleric to do it, so he takes damage and loses that anyway. Which is why I'm thinking in this situation that I just throw that Fairy Dragon out, because I've basically sealed the fate of the Fairy Dragon here. It's going to die because of this Abomination going down. He's unlikely to leave this Abomination alive, so he'll probably just trade out everything he's got on the field for it, so we might as well attack. We'll see, maybe he's got a different way of dealing with that Abomination. Not that I can think of. Not in a warrior deck. Mortal Strike would do it, I guess. Let's see what he wants to do. Oh, there's a Spellbreaker. There's that. Yeah. Well, so much for that idea. Well, that was... Why did he do that? That was a little strange. He silenced something that was just going to do that anyway. I mean, I guess it means that he doesn't take 2 damage from the Abomination Explosion, so maybe that's it. Okay, this is not good. I can't really do much about that Spellbreaker right now. Anything that I play will instantly die to it. Gadgets on Auctioneer for the Spellbreaker is a good trade for him. I don't want to let him do that. I currently have a health advantage. I don't see any reason to play anything. Starving Buzzard will be instantly killed. So, let's just play it out and see where it goes. Plus, he has a massive card advantage, so he'll happily trade something like the Spellbreaker for an Auctioneer. And I need that Auctioneer right now. Arcanite Reaper, so he's going to start hitting me pretty hard. Coin comes out. Is he buffing that thing? With what? Oh, he's going to use... Oh, no. Yeah. Youthful Brewmaster pulls it back into his hand. Not good. Not good. We got Deadly Shot, which is not great. Not in this situation. We could play Gadgets on Auctioneer, but we know he's got a silence. Deadly Shot will get rid of that Youthful Brewmaster. I have no way of getting rid of that this turn. And Deadly Shot would be RNG next turn as to whether or not I pick off what I want. And in the meantime, he's hitting me like a truck. Let's just get what he's got off the board. And I'm not going to play the Buzzard. He's got 1 swing left with that Arcanite Reaper. I want to at least get some draw out of this. And I need draw because he still has a card advantage. Harvest Golem. Dark Iron Dwarf. It's pretty ugly. So we could Savannah Highmane here. Wouldn't be the worst idea. We could play Starving Buzzard into Savannah Highmane to ensure that I get the card draw out. Okay, let's do that. So that's at least going to get me a card. And if he wants to kill it off using these creatures, he'll have to trade both. At which point that summons 2 of the hyenas, which gets me double card draw, but he's unlikely to let that happen. Oh, I keep forgetting he had that bloody Spellbreaker. So that's useless. Now he's going to get rid of that. Not even going to take any damage from it. So yeah, he'll just get rid of the buzzard. Oh, I would have swung at the buzzard myself. But hey. Okay. Another buzzard, not ideal. I think I'm probably dead. We can play the Auctioneer. He'd at least be forced to... Nah, he'll probably swing at the Auctioneer and then kill it with the damaged golem. So that wouldn't help. None of this is going to help. I don't see a way that I win here. I maybe even Hunter's Mark just to get a card, but... that's wasteful. He probably has enough damage just to kill me, doesn't he? Not directly. You need to buff something. Oh dear, this is about to get really ugly. Alright, he's going right for me. Okay. At least with the axe, anyway. Trades that for that. He's happy with it. That gets him up to 4. Takes me down to 6. Armor's up. He's still got mana. Stormwind Champion, this is not the time that I needed to get you. That was not... no, that was not it. Okay, well, I know I can at least kill this flesh-eating ghoul, but I'm dead next turn even if I do. So it doesn't matter. That's GG. Even if I kill a flesh-eating ghoul, he still has 6 damage worth, so GG. Bad start. Very bad start. This has been nothing but losses today. Aside from that one little win earlier. Let's play another. Let's at least try and get a win on the board. This is bad. I feel like I'm taking 2 steps back every time I play Arena these days. I feel like I'm learning things and then I'm just running into walls and making stupid misplays. It's not the best feeling in the world, I gotta say. Let's give it one more roll of the dice. A druid. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Oh, cool. This is pretty good. We can turn 1 Starving Buzzard. Follow up with a Timberwolf. Or we can Timberwolf, Starving Buzzard, turn 2. It's hard to complain. That's a lot of draw potential there. Alright. The problem with playing the Timberwolf is that this guy can kill him immediately. That's why playing the Starving Buzzard first makes more sense. Because he's less likely to have the ability to kill it off straight away. Cool, so he's not going to do anything. That's good. He doesn't get an early creature out. That means that this coin buzzard play will work. Alright, cool. So next turn we can either bring out another buzzard, or we can bring out the Timberwolf, depending on what he has on the field. And that's pretty good. If I bring out the Timberwolf, the buzzard's going to be able to hit for 3. If I bring out another buzzard, then, hey, see if he can deal with both of those buzzards. And if he can't, I play a Timberwolf next turn and get 2 more cards. So, it's a pretty good start, I think. Anytime you get turn 1 buzzard, in my opinion, it's good. Especially if you have a couple more beasts in your hand. Wrath. Okay, he's getting rid of it. Mildly annoying, to say the least. So we'll play another buzzard and hope he doesn't have more removal. And then we can Timberwolf next turn. I want those cards. You traded a 2 for a 2 cost there, but I used the coin to get my buzzard out, so I'm feeling less good about it. Let's see what he's got. Power of the Wilds, so he summons a 3/2 Panther. So we'll probably play the wolf and then trade the buzzard, since that's going to die anyway. But you never know, we might get something that might get rid of that. Ah, there we go. Cool, Shield Bearer. Keeps that alive. Very nice, so we don't have to trade. I don't think I have any 4-cost beasts, but I've got stuff like Animal Companions, I've got stuff like... Do I have more Timberwolves? I've got the Hyena, which would be great to get out next. Any Animal Companion would be cool here. All of them would be useful. So, I'm pretty glad that I got that taunt out. That saves my ass here. Means I might be able to get more use out of this buzzard. And I feel if he had a way to get rid of this buzzard now, he would have done it already. Because a Timberwolf and a Shield Bearer is not a big threat. You can make your way through that pretty quickly. In fact, if he uses his Shapeshift, he will be able to get through that immediately by throwing the Panther at it. We'll see what he decides to do. I'm just hoping for another beast that next turn, because these 2 Tundra Rhinos are not that helpful right now. All of my cards are 5 cost, so... Is he reading a spell break that to kill the buzzard? Wow, okay. I'm quite surprised he did that. I mean, I know the buzzard's a threat, and he doesn't want me getting more cards, and I would have got way more cards, but... I'm still kind of surprised that he elected to do that. The thing is, this guy's going to have free reign. He can do whatever he wants. He's got enough health, and this guy is like absolutely useless at this stage. Lousy. Okay. Okay, so the situation here is I think we wait it out. If he uses that against that, fine. He probably won't, though. Maybe we play the Dragon Hawk. I want to force him to take one of his health away, because then next turn I can Tundra Rhino him. So, damn it, should have attacked. What am I doing? Stupid. Every damage counts. I could have... What am I doing? I could have just flat out forced him to take his health away. I could have just attacked him with a Timberwolf. I'm making silly misplays now. Not good. What else is there to do? I mean, next turn, I can remove that Spellbreaker from the board, which is good. If he plays more creatures, I can Explosive Shot the Spellbreaker for the same effect with some AoE. It depends what he decides to do with these 5 mana of his. Then, of course, got Gadgets on Auctioneer, which I'd like to get out, but I can't safely do it with the Spellbreaker on the field. So what's he going to do? Going to go for the Timberwolf? That would be the best play, I feel. Is he going to charge with it? He's charging with it. All right. That's fine. I now have an Explosive Shot play that wipes both of them off the board. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty efficient, I think. The alternative being that we Tundra Rhino'd, but then the Druid of the Claw just kills it and has 1 health remaining. So, I think we Explosive Shot here, certainly. There we go. Alright, so, strangely enough, I think we're actually ahead slightly. We've got a Tundra Rhino. In fact, we have 2 of them. He doesn't have any threats on the board. This guy's going to be useless, of course, but... He won't be useless if I get the Stormwind Champion out. He'll actually be useful then. He'll be able to take swings. He did his job. I mean, he sunk a Silence, and the second Silence just died as well, so... Okay. Oh, this is great, because this Questing Adventurer dies immediately. This is perfect. Because all I do is play the Tundra Rhino and kill that off before it even gets a chance to buff itself. It could not be better. And then next turn we have a Charging Savannah Highmane, if we want one. Sweet. That was exactly what I was hoping for. We'll see, maybe he pulls a Wrath and kills the Tundra Rhino off, but getting rid of that Questing Adventurer that easily is perfect. Especially since it sets up the Savannah Highmane for next turn. Which instantly swings for 6, but he's going to get rid of that. Ironbeak Owl, okay. Mildly annoying, but I can still kill... could kill the owl until he played that, but... Alright, in this situation we might Animal Companion, because that would actually allow the Shield Bearer to attack again. It's still not the best idea, but I don't see any other decent option. The Demolisher would not die, actually. Yeah, it would, because all he'd do is he'd Shapeshift and then do that, so... And we can't trade to get rid of the Ironbeak anyway, so... Animal Companion. Let's see what we get. Alright, we got a Leok. Cool, that's not too bad. It doesn't really help in any way. But we've got one. Okay, so next turn he wipes all of my stuff off the board. Though he'd have to beat on that pretty hard to get rid of it. He'd need to use both. Alternatively, he could Fen Creeper then do that. Or we could play the Demolisher and just play target-rich environment strategy, whereby we say, oh, you've got to get rid of some of these. These are both threats. You don't have the damage to deal with both. So we're not going to throw anything at him right now. Yeah, we're just going to sit around. Cool. Okay, so now he's got a lot of things to shoot at. The Demolisher is a big threat. You can have my 0-4 shield bearer. I'm okay with that. Thanks. I love that. That's great. I got lucky there. That could have been any of the more important things. So, such is the way. That's pretty cute, though. You can have him. We don't need him anymore. So he doesn't have the output to kill both of these. He would have to dedicate to killing one of them. They're both pretty threatening. And then next turn I could Tundra Rhino. Oh, he's going to Starfall. Alright. That's going to weaken things a bit. It's not going to kill him, but it's going to weaken him. So that means he can eliminate both. He'll have to trade one creature for it, but he can eliminate both of my threatening things. Okay. That works. I'm definitely not ahead now. If he's got any sense, he'll get rid of that Demolisher. You better hurry up. Owl for that. Alright, so what's he gonna do? Yeah, get rid of the Demolisher, leave the Leok or what? Okay. That's fine. Makes sense. I don't disagree with his ideas. Excellent, a kill command. This is good news. We can play kill command and the Rhino, and suddenly he has nothing on the board that is worthwhile. That could not have been more ideal. It's exactly what we needed. Now suddenly he is in a lot of trouble. If that Rhino stays alive, the High Main comes out next turn and charges. And it's wonderful. Even if it's not, since I now have board control and he has no threats, the Gadgetzan Auctioneer is playable. I hate playing those and just having them eliminated immediately. Alright, let's see if he has a way of getting rid of that Rhino. Because if you don't, Savannah High Main comes out and has a party. It's not going to like that. What do you got? He's thinking. I don't know if he's got what he needs. Next turn, I could play both of these if I like. It's kind of silly to play the Gadgetzan Auctioneer when you know you don't have a spell, but I think almost certainly I'll play the Savannah Highman next turn. It depends what else I draw there. He looks a bit screwed, actually. He really does. He's been thinking for a while now. If he had a way to get rid of both, he'd have done them already. That's my logic here, so... Well, you don't have a choice. You're gonna have to play something. Feel free. I'll happily eat it with the Savannah Highmane. I'm looking forward to it. Come on, come on. That is a nice play. That's actually really cool. Too slow. You do not get to... Oh, do you get to attack? Yes, he does. Okay. He managed to queue that command up just before, so... That was a nice play. That was neat. Surprised he didn't do it earlier. Thankfully, my Timberwolf came out, which is exactly what I needed. I'm getting pretty fortunate here. So, Timberwolf and Savannah Highmane. That means that I can 4-2 charge right into that and kill it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We then trade. We want to keep that Timberwolf alive if possible. He's not going to let me keep it alive. But who knows? Maybe he panics. Shot. Because if we keep that alive and the hyenas come out, then hilarity ensues. Thank you. You are in real trouble now. This went well. Pretty happy with it. Of course, we have the Auctioneer. I could just be tossed out next turn if we like. It's just yet another 4-4 creature on the field that he's going to have difficulty dealing with. Now he wishes he had a lot of AoE, but he burnt his Starfall earlier, and he doesn't look like he has another one, and Druids are not known for massive amounts of AoE. Silence. Nightmare. Doesn't matter, it's still an 8-2 Lion. It's still going to eat your face. And I will happily trade something out for that, I tell you. Still pretty good. I'm happy with it. What you got? Can I kill him next turn? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 8. Yep. He's toast. Even if he armors up, I think he's toast. Actually, if you kill Leok... Actually, yeah, you kill the Timberwolf in this situation, not Leok. That's actually the wrong play, because you take a little bit more damage, and Leok has the same effect on these beasts. So... he does now live. For a while. We did just get the Mogashar Warden. Which is brilliant. At this point, I think we just try and kill him. He doesn't... well, actually, he does have the means to get through. Maybe we use the Rhino on the Iron Beak Owl. Just leave one of these guys alive. So he has to use both swings with this to get through. That's a safer play. And obviously, I don't want to get rid of the Timberwolf. There we go. That seems like the better idea there. Because otherwise, he would have made his way through with this Wind Fury Harpy, and then he could have killed off the Lion with the Owl. And this Wind Fury would still be alive, and he'd actually have board control again. I don't want to give him that. We're close to killing him, but... and in this situation, he's in a lot of trouble, because obviously I can keep steady shotting him. So yeah, he's going to swing twice, which is what we expect. That gets rid of that. Oh, Force of Nature with charge. Never mind, he has a way to get his board control back. Alright. Nicely done. Well, didn't expect that one. I should always expect Force of Nature, but... okay. He's likely still going to die, but if he keeps armoring up against this, it will take me 4 turns to kill him. Oh, and he's just armored up in a major way. The tables have turned once again. We could lose here. That Wind Fury Harp is going to do 8 damage every turn. We could lose. No, we can't. I'm an idiot. I did that in the wrong order. I got so smarmy about it. I'm such a jackass. Should have played that than the Deadly Shot, then I would have got a card out of it. I know, I can still lose. It's unlikely at this point now that he's lost his Wind Fury Harpy, but... that was dumb. Those little mistakes that can make you lose games, don't do that. Always think about the order. Even when you get super excited about killing an important creature, think about the order that you play. Silly, silly mistake. Alright, it was going to go right at me, but he's close to dead. Can't kill him this turn. But he's definitely close to dead. Alright. Well, you're probably done. We'll see. Unless he's able to massively armor up, he's completely done. Or he pulls a Healing Touch or something like that, or an Ancient of Lore. He's probably done, though. Yeah, he's... what's this all about? How can he... oh, it doesn't it doesn't count as a spell, so... that was cute. He's still dead, but it was cute. Alright. G to the G, then. There we go. That was a good game. I enjoyed that. That was pretty fun. Alright, well, we'll come back to the Hunter deck in the next episode of Lord of the Arena, and we'll try not to go 3-3 again. In Arena, I guess I should be sort of proud of 50-50, but I'm really not, and I need to do better, so... more focus. We'll see you next time.